Greetings and salutations. This is Rick Copple coming at you again with another episode of Not a Lead Screw Guy. And today we're talking about something very interesting. My Framework laptop experience. For those who don't know, I purchased a Framework laptop. Smaller one, not the larger one. Basically because I wanted to have something I could a little more portable than my other laptops, which are bigger and huger and all that kind of stuff. I wanted something a little portable, so yeah, the Framework laptop does that. But it's more powerful than most of the computers in my thing. It's about twice more powerful than what I'm on right now. So yeah, I'm hoping I'll be able to do more Zoom, more stuff, things like that on my live show and things like that. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, I finally got it working good, and I got it I'm almost finished tuning it up to how I like it. So I want to tell you a little bit about that, what happened and all that kind of stuff. First, we have an unboxing video when I first got it in, and I have to tell you that my wife held the camera and recorded it, but she was a little sleepy, and so you might notice that top of my head cut off and stuff like that for a while, but she woke up enough to keep it back up and that kind of thing. So without further ado, we'll go to the unboxing video. We'll come back and I'll tell you about the rest of it, what happened, that kind of thing. Take it away, me. Greetings and salutations. This is Rick Copple. Now let's get ready to unbox my Framework laptop right here. Yeah, ready to unbox it. I've already opened the box a little bit, but I didn't take anything out yet. So we'll see what we got here. There's air pockets. Got a packing list of all the stuff should be in there. Got this packet here. I'm not sure what's in there, but we'll find out later. Power adapter. And of course the main part of the Framework laptop is this part here. And you got, open this up. Now it's nice graphic design on the front box. Framework support. Yes, that's where you go to get support if you want to. Yes, it's where you go to get support if you want support. And you have a laptop right here. Oh. Take it out of this wrapping. There's the 4 spots where the things slide in. So what we got here. Looks pretty nice, I think. Keyboard seems functional. And I'll test out all the rest of it as I get it. Once I install, put an operating system on it, get it going, and I put it together. I still got to put in the hard drive and some of the other things. So Wi-Fi adapter. It comes with this little thing here. Stickers, I guess you can stick on it. I don't want to do that, but screwdriver with a flat thing to pry things open with. It's got 5 screws. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Take all those 5 screws, you can get access to open insides. Little manual thing. That's pretty much what's in there. Now let's see what's in here. Should be all the adapters, I think. It's just like the hard drive. Got a 500 megabyte hard drive to put into it. Here's a USB-C connector. This is memory. Should be two of them, 2 megabyte memory sticks. Yeah, there you go, 2 of those. And this is the it's 1 terabyte drive connect slides in these function here. So you get 1 extra terabyte on there. And USB-A. Modular. USB-A 2. HDMI. Connects with the screen. I think this must be the Wi-Fi adapter card. That's it. All goodies in here. Now these things, like you can take these out like USBs, and you can, just for demonstration purposes, I'll pull one of these out. Oops. Dropped it. Hopefully it isn't fragile. So yeah, these things, you just slide in there, fix it in, hot swap, snap it in. You can plug in the USB to type A connector there. Get this out and do. It's nice. I'll go another video where I install an operating system on this and you get to see it hopefully. And so that's unboxing my new frame.work laptop. Sweet. Okay, we're back from the unboxing video, and basically I wanted to really record all the installation and all that kind of stuff, put it together, but as it turned out, did this wee hours in the morning and anybody else but me to work on it, and I wanted to get this done, so I didn't record it because I can record on my own very easily without somebody holding the camera there the whole time and watching me do it. So there you go. That's what I get for that. So at any rate, so my experience, and my first experience I want to tell you about is putting it together. Now it's pretty easy to put it together as far as the hard drive and the memory goes, because I've switched those out before, installed them, and they had them like clearly labeled in there, memory, hard drive, that kind of thing. So yeah, it wasn't hard at all to install those parts. The one catch that was a little harder to install was Wi-Fi, and that's first because they don't have it clearly labeled where it goes. At least mine didn't. I don't know if they have a sticker and it didn't get stuck on there or whatever, but anyway, there's no place where it said Wi-Fi goes here. There's no QR code that I could scan, get the instructions on how to install Wi-Fi. So I was looking all over the place where I install Wi-Fi. It was supposed to be real clear where to put the Wi-Fi on it. So I scratched my head, and finally I figured out the coding by scanning some of the other QR codes in there. I was able to determine how the URL was put together. And I found out what the code was for the Wi-Fi card on the back of the package. So putting that, I typed in, I just typed in the URL code and it popped up, and there it was, instructions for installing Wi-Fi on my computer. So I did that, and did it on my phone actually, and I read the instructions and figured out how to install Wi-Fi and where to put it even. But yeah, the hard part was the hard part of that was all the little connectors. So you had to connect the antenna to the card, then put the card in to the slot. So there's two empty wires, white and black wire there that it had. You took the cap off things on the end of it. It was there. And you carefully snap those things in. It's hard to see exactly what you're doing, so I had to have a light shining on it, and I had to be able to close and all that kind of stuff. And so I finally got that put together and routed the wires how they instructed me and all that kind of stuff. I didn't know for sure if that was going to work or not, but I was pretty sure the memory and the hard drive were going to work, but I wasn't really sure about the Wi-Fi, how it was going to work. Worked beautifully. Put it back together. I, with trepidation, booted up on the USB because it didn't have an OS on it, and I had to go into the firmware and turn off secure boot, because you have to have that secure boot turned off to install a Linux distribution on it pretty much. And I also had to make it a trusted device on the TCP. Yeah, I think so. Anyway, I had to make it a trusted device on the computer. Then I was able to boot into the ISO and install whatever I wanted to install on it. So that's the procedure I used for that. Then I had the old task of trying to install a operating system on it. So I was still in the middle, wee hours of the night. I think I got this part done pretty much the next day or something. I ended the night after I got it up and running, installing Endeavor OS on it. The Cinnamon desktop. Well, installing the Cinnamon version was probably a mistake in that Cinnamon doesn't play well with different resolutions on your external screen. And also there's an issue I wasn't too comfortable with Endeavor's, well, any Arch-based distro really, Arch-based distro's update process. Mainly it's me, I know, but I don't really care for all the pack save, pack new, and all those things. You have to take care of those kind of things when you have an Arch installation. Also, the chance of breaking something, you had to make sure you do updates once a week or every other week. Sometimes I do my updates when I do my updates type thing, and I was a little scared, I guess, I was going to break the system at some point. I know people have run Arch for a long time. It's been stable for them. It's great. But I've tended to break them because of using AR too much or creating new updates for a while or whatever, that kind of thing. So, and then now also you have to deal with all the packs. Pack new also has those warnings that pop up almost all the time in all Arch systems. Except for, I think, Manjaro is the only one that didn't do this to me. Where you have all those warnings about missing firmware, and it gives you for at least 3 different firmware's module that may be missing, which I don't know if it really is. Everything runs fine. I've heard people say you don't really need to mess with it or worry about it. I hate all those little warnings popped up all the time. So anyway, because my unease about Arch-based systems on that regard, I didn't feel comfortable going with it permanently. Endeavor's a fine, excellent distro. I'm not dissing Endeavor. Matter of fact, out of Archbase systems, one of the ones I like better than others. And I do have some Archbase systems installed on my son's computer, and I may install it on this laptop when I get done with this video, when I start setting this up for the TV out in the living room area. So, at any rate, here you go. But what I was gonna originally thought I might go with, out of all the distros I checked in on, I thought about and considered, was Fedora. And I like Fedora, and I've been using before for a while as a daily driver, so I knew it is a good solid distro. And so I installed Fedora on it after EndeavorOS. Now let me tell you about the screen resolution. The screen resolution on this is kind of a funky, because it's like, one, it's a 3:2 ratio, which I never encountered that before. So yeah, so it has this 3:2 ratio on it, and it's kind of taller than it is wider, almost. I haven't measured it, but yeah, you can tell it's a little tall because it's 3:2 ratio. So this is the resolution on this. The only resolution you can get on this is 5,525, I think, by 1700 something resolution. Well, I can pull it up real quick and find out, right, for you. Yeah, let's close up. I say it's 2,200. I said wrong. That's the 2 in place, 5 in place of 2. It's 2,256 by 1504. That's kind of odd resolution, 3 by 2. But at any rate, that's the only resolution you get on this. So what it does when you want it to look good, because the first time it shows up, everything looks real skinny and tight on there, like real skinny, small, like you can't hardly read it. Good. What does that say? I can't read it. Especially when you boot up when you first boot up on it and it brings up the grub screen, it's all real tiny letters up there. Yeah. So, yeah, if you don't want that resolution normally on this small screen, with that resolution, everything real tiny. So what it does is it scales the display up by 200%. And that pretty much works for the most part, except it kind of makes things a little bit big, so I scaled it down some to about 125, I think. I want to scale it up just a little bit more, like 130, 135, something like that. I scaled it right now to 125. I need to compare it. Now my external screen, however, on this and the computer out there, it's preferred recommended scale is standard 1920 by 1080. So they're both HD screens. And this laptop here is also 192 by 1080. So I never had any problems worrying about screen resolution problems. And at any rate, yeah, so what happened was that first time I logged in and made all weird screens, and I had problem getting screens set right. So whenever I installed Fedora, I installed the KDE Plasma version. And KDE has a little bit more separation between the screens. As a matter of fact, I can put different backgrounds on the two different screens if I wanted to, or I can make them separate or whatever. Anyway, it's a little bit more separation on it, and a little more automated when I brought it up, and it figured out a workable solution for it. Made it look nice. I've fine-tuned it. Now I don't know what scaling does and that kind of thing more, but yeah, so I've scaled it. I'm fine-tuning a little bit more, and so now that I know I can do that, now I know I can do all my podcasts on my Framework laptop. So this is the last probably podcast for Acer Aspire 5 computer laptop that I'm putting it on right now, because this is like, had to be able to show you the Framework laptop, you know, so you can see that. So I couldn't do it on the Framework laptop. I'm going to edit this video on the Framework laptop, however. Until next time then, may the Linux force be with you. Bye.